Guys, I'm gonna do a double upload today. So, like I said earlier, I'm gonna do Thomas Dewey for the 1948 election. Uh, Thank you for prize self 4867. I think he was on. I double checked how to do it. I've done it many times, but I double checked with him with his guide. Sorry, he made a guide like months ago, and I read about it, and I just double checked on it. So thank you for that. Um, so the 1948 election begins with President Truman trailing badly in the polls. Thomas Dewey, the loser in 1944, is widely expected to redeem himself this time around. Truman not only has to deal with Dewey, a moderate Republican, but also two splinter candidates. Henry Wallace is a far left candidate with the Progressive Party, while Strom Thurmond runs as a Dixiecrat. Some hot issues are the Soviet Union, civil rights, the Do Nothing Congress, and the Taft-Hartley Act. So, Thomas Dewey is the governor of New York, and he's making his second attempt at the presidency. He became famous for his prosecutions of mafia figures in New York and is an exemplar of the Republican Party's Eastern business establishment. Dewey waged a hard-hitting campaign against Roosevelt in 1944 that alienated some voters. Advisors at this time are recommending that he take a more cautious, conciliatory approach, especially in light of the huge lead he enjoys. Now, the thing about Dewey, uh, you want to attack as much as you can with him, because what destroyed his campaign in real life was he didn't respond to Truman's attacks. Truman Dewey was heavily favored to win, but even newspapers published the headline "Dewey defeats Truman," but Truman ended up winning. So you got to respond to Truman's attacks effectively, and you can't just be wishy-washy about everything. But so Earl Warren, I'm gonna select him. You could also do Stassen. I wouldn't do Bricker or Vandenberg. They're pretty bad. But I'll show you I'll show you their bios anyway. So Earl Warren's the current governor of California and enjoys massive popularity in that state. So Earl Warren was actually nominated by both the Republican and Democratic parties for governor. So that's how popular he was in the 40s in California. He also was a Supreme Court justice later on, and he made a bunch of liberal decisions. Uh, and then, yeah, so he has pursued a modernizing agenda in California, building a huge, well-funded highway and university system and other public works projects. He would add a number of crucial votes in his home state and would distinguish the ticket nationally as a sensible, moderate alternative to Truman. So yeah, if you pick him, it's going to be the two largest states in the union would get a. So Stassen's pretty good too. He does better in the Midwest. So he's a former governor of Minnesota who resigned to serve in World War II. That's like a misspelling. He was an opponent of isolationism and is a useful rising star in the party. He later be known as a perennial, like probably the most famous perennial candidate. He ran like 10 times for president. Anyway, he made his own bid for the Republican nomination that year. He's provided a serious challenge to Dewey. He's from the liberal wing of the party. I'd argue he's actually more moderate than Dewey, because I know he was anti-communist. He was very anti-communist. Stassen was. He only became liberal later on, but yeah, he may help in the Plain States. Bricker was Dewey's is the former governor of Ohio, current senator. He was Dewey's running mate in '44. He was closely aligned with Robert Taft, the conservative wing. And both Bricker and Taft are popular in Ohio, and they helped Dewey win the state. Uh, Bricker's influence in Ohio proved critical, but the country is moving away from that the old Republican isolationism. I wouldn't pick him because I mean he does do good in Ohio, but the problem is I mean people are moving away from isolation type like old Republican type stuff back in the 40s and in the 50s. Vandenberg, he's a senator from Michigan. He was influential in founding of the United Nations. He's an expert on international affairs. Uh, he's okay. I wouldn't pick. I pick either Warren or Stassen. He supported he supported the Marshall Plan and NATO. I don't think NATO was formed yet when this election took place. But he was an opponent of Roosevelt's later domestic policies. I'm just going to pick Warren. I'll just have to spend more time in the Midwest. So anyway, yeah, we're doing very good. So Earl Warren represents. Sorry about that. I had a technical problem. So yeah, just keep on going here, and so yeah, you don't want to veto no, because definitely not. No, the Republicans were they started. I mean, Taft's in the name, Robert Taft. You don't want to. Absolutely do not support Truman's veto. So, which state? Like I said, I may be slow because I'm looking at the polls with this kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm not gonna go to Virginia or anything like that. That's stupid. I'm gonna go to Wisconsin. Maybe. I might go to Montana. I'll just go to Wisconsin. Even though it looks good, it goes down over time. So I supported it from the beginning. You get the Jewish vote out. Uh, yeah, you want to be aggressive against Truman because that's what killed Dewey last time in our world in real life. Yeah. So you want to? I think virtually all Republicans were pro civil rights back in the 40s. It was only till like the 70s where that kind of stuff, like 60s and 70s, even the fifth. But anyway, yeah, you want to be pro civil rights. Just attack Truman. This. I wouldn't go for Massachusetts. That's kind of a dead. Go to Montana this time. You want to go to the western states and the Midwest states. That's how you win. Uh, yeah, you want to talk about Democrats or communists. Yeah. See, it energizes your base. That's why I pick it. This is bad for you, the airlift. Just say you support it. Just get it over with. See, it slowly goes down, as you can see. It slowly goes down. So I'm gonna go. I'll go to Utah. I'll go to Arizona. We'll see. Yeah, we need a new leader. Uh, I'm gonna say plains and mountains. I'm gonna go to Midwest next time. Uh, Go to Utah this time. Yeah, definitely programs the federal. You don't want to be too pro universal healthcare, but yeah. See, with Dewey's, it's not like the other campaigns are like balancing one or another. With Dewey, you can't really do that, like because he's very vulnerable candidate. You need to keep your lead by attacking Truman and by making your mind up. You can't equivocate on anything. That's the thing with Dewey. That's what sets his campaign apart from the other ones in campaign trail. You got to constantly not equivocate. So I'm gonna Midwest is actually looking, yeah, really good. I'm gonna go here. Um, yeah, yeah. You don't want to say you want to be. You don't want to definitely don't want to be isolationist. That kind of stuff was going out. Um, yeah, just play up the Congress. Make Truman. You don't want to be too conservative, right? Now we're starting to lose a bit. It's just a back and forth with Dewey. I'm gonna spend some time. No, Wisconsin, we're still leading. I'm gonna go. I'll go to Montana again. Yeah, you support Social Security. Ah, that messed me up. See, I should have went the second one. Yeah, see, I'm gonna go left. Get that back. That support. I shouldn't have said that. So I'm gonna go to. Yeah, we're slipping a bit here. Okay. Uh, Plains and mountains. Yeah, see, we're slipping a bit. Yeah, I support the Marshall Plan. Um, yeah, just play up the Taft-Hartley Act. That's good. Yeah, everybody's extremely anti-communist, so be anti-communist. Yeah. Now that looked like it fucked me up, but it didn't. It's just naturally Truman gets better and better, and you need to maintain your hold. That's the thing about this particular I don't know level. Uh, Support. Yeah. Okay. There we go. We're getting okay. Yeah, talk about the federal. Yeah, just talk about the highway system. I'm gonna go Midwest this time because see, your lead is slipping. That's the thing. Yeah, clear assurances. Yeah, we gotta get rid of that. Road development, you want that. See, even I'm constantly storming, you still mess up. I just need some semblance of a chance there. Midwest. And hopefully we're good. Or I gotta do another recording session. I find Dewey's like you can't even it's extremely difficult to win the popular vote as Dewey. You have to visit California constantly in order to do that. I won't even do like I think with Stassen and you gotta visit I think that's how you win the popular vote. So yeah, Thurman's getting a bunch of votes. Trump, yeah, I should have said so. Thurman and Wallace are the third and party candidates for that election. Thurman's like a states' rights, like Southerner, and Wallace is a very liberal, like progressive, very like to the point where he's pro-communist. That's not good. That's good. That's very good. Okay. Wisconsin and Iowa. There we go. Wisconsin. We need one. Okay. We need California. There we go. 2-9. I actually won the popular vote. That's really good. That's cool. So, congratulations. You won the 1948 presidential election. You have become the first Republican to win the White House in 20 years. You face a dangerous foreign situation, and your domestic agenda is likely to be opposed by Democrats and conservatives. I don't know Democrats. Dewey was pretty liberal, honestly. He's probably like one of the most, probably the most liberal the Republicans could have nominated that year. Conversely, the support and confidence of the Republican establishment is almost guaranteed. With luck, you might become the first. This one kind of bothers me. I mean, Coolidge, I don't know if they're talking about elected terms, but Coolidge had 2 terms. And anyway, that's kind of a nitpick, stupid. But yeah, so I'm surprised I won the pop because usually you don't. I don't know how I got that. I didn't go to California. See, it's a lot of the new campaign trail. This game is RNG. So sometimes you can do really good. Now, with the questions, definitely help you. Definitely. Questions are the main thing, but also there's an element of RNG. So, anyway, I'll see you guys after.